Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. Today in this channel, we are going to do a demonstration on anti-theft alarming system using IR sensor. In my previous demo, I have done one project on that obstacle detection using IR sensor. Let me explain some similarities and dissimilarities between to this demo. Then we'll go to the component familiar of components. After that circuit diagram, then we'll do the practical on that. In first demo, I am using IR sensor as the input device, LED is the output. It is for the purpose of indication that some obstacles has been detected. This for the purpose of LED is for the indications. Okay, but in the second in this demo, I am using same IR sensor as the input device. Means it sends the physical parameter from the surroundings. Here the physical parameter is the proximity also. The both the case, the physical parameter is the proximity to sensor. This is the physical parameter detected by the sensor. This is the input device. But for the demo 2, LED is the output for the purpose of indication. But here I connected buzzer to the output pin of IR sensor through a transistor. Here transistor will act as a amplifier. It means suppose I will be connect buzzer directly to the output pin, the sound is not satisfactory. It means sound will not fulfill the purpose of our demo is that anti-theft alarming system. Since we are focusing the alarming part of this project, so connecting a buzzer directly to the IR sensor, the sound will be not sufficient. For that I use a transistor in between buzzer and IR sensor, so that my buzzer will be make a proper sound and it will be satisfactory to us. Next we will go to the material, the list of material. Let familiar with the material first, then we will do the practical. You can see here is the breadboard. You can see there is a 2 horizontal line at the top and 2 vertical lines at the bottom. Why it is horizontal line? Exactly this, from this point to this point, these are internally connected. From this to this point, this is also internally connected. There is no connections between these two above line. These are the vertical lines. Why? Because all the 5 pins of each vertical line is internally connected. It means this 5 pin is internally connected, but this 5 is not connected to this 5. It means there is no connections between any two vertical lines. Okay. Our next component is jumper wire. Here you can see 3 type of jumper wire are there. This one is the female to female jumper wire. You can see, and this red one, this small red one is the male to male jumper wire, and this one is for the male to female jumper wire. What is the purpose of jumper wire is that I am going to build the circuit on the breadboard temporary. I am going to build a circuit on the breadboard. After I am get satisfied with its functions, after I achieve the objective of that circuit, I am going to make a temporary one on the PCB. This will help to connect our components to make the circuit. This is also called your connecting wire. Also, you can say also connecting wires. Okay. The next component is transistor. Here you can see the transistor. It's a 3-terminal device. One terminal is there is a 3-terminal named like emitter, base, collector. You can see the data sheet of the same transistors by typing this part number. This is the name of the part number of this transistor. This always is not fixed, means emitter will be leftmost, it is not fixed always. It's depend upon the part number of that transistor. It is the NPN transistor. Emitter, this one is the base, this one is the collector. You can check that whether your transistor is good or not, or there is any defect in the transistor or not through a multimeter. I'll check it first whether my transistor is correct or not. You can see I have the multimeter right now. Why it is the multimeter? Because through this instrument I can measure multi parameters. Multi means many. I can measure the many parameters through this single instruments. You can see there is a HFE is there. It means this is the gain of a transistor. You know that transistor do amplifying action. How much gain? Suppose I'll give 1 ampere to the input. Suppose I'll get 10. It means the amplification gain is 10. Like that I can judge the gain of a transistor. You can see this is 4 hole. First one is NPN, second one is PNP. This is the 4 terminal. You can see 4 hole. One is E for emitter, C for collector, B for base, E for emitter. Again, you insert the pins accordingly, and you can see the value of that amplification gain of that transistor. Let me insert my transistor. Since my transistor is NPN, I'll be inserting the first slot, but I have to insert such that my emitter will be enter into the emitter point, collector will be collector. There shouldn't be any interchange, okay? Otherwise, no result will be visible on the display. Let me first insert, then I will show you. You can see I have already inserted the transistors in the corresponding pins. You can see, I think you can see it clearly. Since my multimeter is off, let me switching this dial to the gain mode. Then I can see some values over here. You can see, you can watch. Now you can watch some value over here. Okay, let me. Yes. This one loose is there. Okay, and I will press it. Yes, you can see 170 like that. This is the amplification gain. This amplification factor of this transistor. This is the gain. It means, suppose I will give 1 milliampere to the input at base, then I will get 1 milliampere into 170 at the output circuit. Okay, what is that? Let me explain first. Since it is my NPN transistor, suppose if IB is equal to 1 milliampere, here your gain is what? You already see that one. This beta is my 170. Then my output current, here collector is the output current. I will get 1 milliampere into 170. You can see this is my output current of this transistor. It means this is my amplification factor. Or you can say gain. What is the gain of this, current gain of this transistor? Then you will say 170 is the current gain of this transistor. I hope all of you get this point. Next component is what? You can see a buzzer. Here I am with two kind of buzzer. This one is the active buzzer, while this one is the passive buzzer. Two kind of buzzer. But here I am going to use active buzzer. How active buzzer function? You can see there is a two terminal. One terminal is longer one, and one is shorter one. The longer terminal is the positive, while the shorter one the negative. But in case of active, passive, you can also see some positive over here. So symbol over the transistor, you can see this one, where is it? This one is the positive. You can see also this one has some symbol over on the cap. If it's not there, here you can see positive. This is corresponding to this sign is corresponding to the longer pin. But how can you know which one is positive and which one is passive and which one is the active if both the terminal of same size? Since it is longer, yes, you can say this one is the positive, this one negative. How can I know which one is the active or passive? Because both look similar. Okay, how can I judge the same? If the both look similar, how can I know which one is active and which one is passive? Suppose I will be give positive to longer one, negative to shorter one. It will be make some sound, but passive will be soundless. Why? A active buzzer use the DC signal to operate. Already there is the internal oscillatory circuit inside it. Okay, but in case of passive buzzer, a fluctuating nature of signal is required. You heard about that PWM, pulse with modulations type signal. Such signal is required to operate this type of buzzer. But in case of active buzzer, a constant DC source is required. A constant voltage is required. Then it will give a sound. But in this case, suppose I will be reverse it. Suppose I will give the negative to here, positive to here. Then this will not make any sound. A constant voltage is required. But this passive buzzer requires a fluctuating nature of what? Signal to operate. Suppose I will be get fluctuating nature of signal to the active buzzer also. This will also operate, but the sound will be get less. So this is 5 volt and this is 5 volt. But now this is 5 volt for the some time and then 0. Then the sound will get reduced accordingly. At the 5 volt you will make a sound. At the 0 it will not make any sound. But it will operate for both the conditions. But passive buzzer only operate during the what? You can see here this type of signal. This will operate in such type of signal. How it work exactly? There is a two material, one is piezo material and one is metal diaphragm. You can see I'll be supply this one alternatively, plus minus, minus plus, plus minus, like that. It means it's AC source. AC kind of nature is required to operate it. When I give such type of signal to this passive buzzer, this will vibrate and then sound will produce, and the frequency of the vibrations depend upon the frequency of the signal. I have to change the frequency, then there is some pitch. This is called pitch. If you change the pitch, the sound will be appears accordingly. But such cases not happen, as there is already internal circuit is inside it. We just need to give a DC signal. Next is about what? Next, this is all about these two components, but I am going to use this active buzzer only in my practical. Next component is the register. It's a very common and very simple register. It is a very versatile component. As I have already told several times, this one is the carbon register of value 330 ohm. This is used for only to limit the current. Okay, so this purpose of this practical is to limit the current. Now, what current? I am giving supply to the supply to the transistor base through this register. Okay. Next is our 5 volt DC supply. I have already discussed several times on my previous demo regarding this 5 volt power supply. How I am fetching the 5 volt from this 2 terminal. Okay, this is 5 volt. This is 0. This is a supply unit which converts. This is a, you can see, regulator. This regulator converts 9 volt into 5 volt. I am fetching this 5 volt from this 2 terminal. If for details you can see my previous videos. Next component is the IR sensor. You can see next component is my IR sensor module. You can see this is a module, 2 LED like structures. This is your IR diodes and this is your what? Photodiodes. And how it functions I have already discussed in my previous demo. Let me have some brief recap. This diode will emit IR lights when it energized, means when it gives supply. Suppose this is a 3 terminal, one is 5 volt terminal, one is ground, one is output. Suppose I will give 5 volt and ground here, then this LED start emitting light, but output will be 0. Output when obstacles come in front of it, or it's depend upon this port. You can adjust when you want to get output at the output terminal. Output is high. When you get that high on output terminals, it can be adjusted by this port. By rotating this port, you can adjust. By rotating this port, you can adjust at what time, at what distance, at what proximity you want a high voltage, high signal on the output terminal. Okay. Suppose when any obstacles come in front of, at what distance? At this distance, or at this distance, or at what distance you exactly want. Suppose you rotate it and make it to here, it will give always a 1. Okay. Accordingly, you can adjust. Before doing any project, you adjust first, then you will get your objective. Okay. Otherwise, there will be no objective in your project. Okay. At what distance you exactly want to get a high output. This depend upon this. For this is called preset. This is of 10K. This is total 10K. I rotating means I am changing the resistors. I am changing the resistance of this resistors. Okay. I am rotating means I am changing the resistance of this resistors. We have completed all the we completed all the components. Familiar with all the components. You can see this such black chip over here. This is the comparator. You always compare it, and I have already discussed the same in my previous demo. Kindly go and watch that first. Next, we'll switch over to the circuit diagram. You can see this is my circuit diagram. I am fetching a 5 volt power supply from this power supply unit that I have already discussed from this 2 point. From this 2 point, I am fetching my 5 volt supply. This is a 3.3. This 2 is 3.3 volt, but this 2 is 5 volt through this female to male jumper wire. I am fetching my 5 volt. I am from the 5 volt power supply unit and give it to the breadboard to upper horizontal lines. Then this VCC is connected to the 5 volt and ground is connected to my ground, the lower line of the breadboard, and this output is connected to the base of transistor through resistor 330 ohm. Okay, and this is my this is the input circuit and this is the output circuit. How this 5 volt is given to this collector through buzzer. This one is my collector. You can see this is 3 terminal transistor. This is the symbol of a transistor. Since arrow is outward, it is NPN. This is NPN transistor. Collector, emitter, and this is base. Base is connected to the output of a sensor through resistor. Collector is connected to the 5 volt through buzzer, and emitter is connected directly to the ground itself. How it works? When any obstacles come in front of this sensor, the output will be high. You know that, but I can adjust this distance by adjusting that port that I have already discussed. When in a high come to this, now this transistor will be switch on. The current start flowing from this direction on this direction. When this current start in input circuit, then the amplifying current that I have already discussed, 170. The amplifying factor is 170. The 170 times of this, I can say base current. 170 times of this base current will flow in this output circuit. It means now this buzzer will start make a big sound. Now it start functioning. Now this buzzer start functioning. So what I know from it, that whenever any persons or any object come to proximity, our designated proximity, then buzzer will be make a sound and will get alert accordingly. Since the sound is required in my practical, as the subject is anti-theft alarming system, I am using a transistors to get a satisfactory sound. Suppose I am using, suppose I will use a higher voltage buzzer, then also it will be okay. There is no problem. But it depends. You need to make some change in the transistor also. Suppose you could go for a higher voltage, then we'll change the voltage because this is 5 volt. Sometimes not sufficient. But this buzzer is meant for 5 volt. Then it's okay. Now my project is satisfied with all the parameters, and this will work fine. Now let me do the circuit diagram on the breadboard. Then we'll go for a demonstrations. Now you can see the circuit diagram. This is my circuit diagram. You can see over here. I've already explained the circuit diagram in the previous. This is, you can see how I draw it on as per the breadboard, how I connected. This is a breadboard 5 volt points. I'm connected through a jumper wire to the 5 volt pin. This is the ground. How, since this 5 is vertical, they are connected. Now it's connected to the middle one. Exactly, I'm inserting this sensor to the 3 consecutive pin. 3 different vertical. You can see this is connected to the, like, suppose this is 1 2 3, the 3 pin in this sensor is connected and inject into this 3 consecutive hole, and accordingly the first is give 5, second ground, and third is connected to the base of a transistor through this light current limiting resistor, and collector is connected to the 5 volt, and ground is connected to the emitter is connected to the ground through this jumper wire. This red color I'm using, this one, okay. And this is 5 volt. This red color, the longer one, is the 5 volt, and this is connected to the positive pin. You can see this is the positive side. Let me show you. You can see some positive symbol. This is connected to the positive one. This is the positive. Now this side is connected to the collector, this pin, and the base is connected to the output. This is output. Through resistor I am collecting the output given to the base of the transistor, and the emitter is connected again by I am using a red male to male jumper. I am connecting to this and to the ground, because I am taking up above is the 5 and the bottom is the ground according. This is all about the circuit diagram. You can see. I'll do the practical. I'll switch on it. You can see this, some violet color light is emitting from this IR LED. You can see it through a camera, but in naked eye you cannot visualize it. Suppose any obstacles come in front of it, then see what will happen. Let's see. You can see, if any obstacles come in front of it, the buzzer will be beep, and it will indicate that some obstacles comes in front of it. You can do it. You can see once again. Here, no obstacles, on, transistor off, transistor on, transistor off, or I can say obstacle detected, not detected. When you come to any threshold positions, in designated positions, then the buzzer will make a sound. Okay, this is about this today's sessions. In the next class we will do a little bit more or higher versions kind of project, like I will use Arduinos. After do next class I will do exactly on IR remote and decoder your chip on that one, decoder IC 4017. I will do that practical on that one. In the upcoming sessions we'll do the practical on Arduino based projects. Okay, this is all about today's, and then we'll move to the find a fault sessions. Here is the circuit diagram. You can see some light is emitting from this IR LEDs, but since even after having obstacles, but there is no sounds in the buzzer. Why? Just find the fault of the circuit. If you go through my videos clearly, you can know the answer. There is no doubt. I hope this is the end of today's sessions. I hope all of you stay well during this corona pandemic. Study well and stay well. This is all about today's sessions. Thank you all.